Because it's the idea of being in control of someone else, or being controlled. It's a very dom sub sort of thing. Taken to a bit of a logical extreme, but you know. And because it's a fantasy, you can spin it however you like. At least, let's hopefully keep it a fantasy, because that's in real life. You know, in real life, which you got to keep that away from kinks, you really do. But I don't think it would be too much of a stretch to say that's probably one of the worst possible ways to die. Next to drowning and being set on fire. And infinitely more humiliating. And again, some people like to be humiliated, but, you know. And there's people that openly get off to the horror aspects of it. And they're... Jay looked in the drawer and saw the book on Vore. No, what actually happened is how I figured out about all this is because I saw, like, a video where, Vex the Sun Eater, Prism's Play, and Mimcubus were all talking about it. Like, why people are into it, and how they got into it, or if they were into it, that is. And it was a big discussion about normalizing kinks, which I am all for. But... And I know you're not supposed to play devil's advocate with kinks, but I think it's also important to understand why some... Just as important as it is to understand why people find it attractive, it's also important to understand why some people might find it, you know, unattractive, or disturbing, or even frightening. Because, like I said, being eaten alive is probably, like, one of the worst ways to die. I mean, at the end of the day, everyone just likes what they like, and just, you know. But, like, be open to conflicting opinions about it, of course. Be respectful, be open. Try to understand where people are coming from. Because I guarantee you, if you actually talk to someone and understand why they feel a way about certain things, it's like there's a much deeper feeling of trust between the two of you after that. Like, okay, I don't agree with you on this, but I understand why you feel this way, and I just hope we can still talk things over, we can still be supportive of each other, and not have to create such a sharp divide between us, and feel like the whole us versus them mentality that goes around a lot of vases these days. It's fine? Yeah. I hope so. I'm just worried about what people who are more openly into it would think. Like, because, you know, people want to be open-minded about stuff so they can agree to disagree on things, but I do think even with stuff like kinks, it's important to understand why people are into it and why people are not into it, and then not just brush aside people who have questions or concerns about it. Because, yeah, there is the mentality of, this is what I'm into, I don't care what anyone else thinks, and yeah, that's fair, but at the same time, you can't be so close-minded that you won't hear a conflicting opinion on it. Because it's not worth going all in on a kink just to traumatize someone. Like, have safe words, have boundaries. Only push boundaries when it's consensual. Of course, that could just be generalized anxiety disorder talking, and yeah, I'm not trying to use my mental health as, like, excuses for anything, but, you know, sometimes I do stuff without thinking, and then when I do think about it, it's like the biggest catastrophe on planet Earth. Or any other, for that matter. Because, yeah, I'm just trying to open up discussions when I talk about that stuff. I'm not trying to start fights.